Hi, this is Andrea Kalli, and in this video I'm going to show you how I created a tiled motion background that I use for some of my text elements, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let me play this intro video scene that I created for myself. So I created that text element. It's a separate element, but I wanted to focus on the background, the motion background that I have the little video related icons on, and I wanted to focus on that element, that part right there. So this is what I use it for. It can be used as a background for any text or just as a background for whatever else you want to put on it. But let me hide this. And this is what it started out looking like. I had created a 12 grid. It's for like a video or an image montage that I use for those types of videos. Now, I thought, well, the grid, everything's all set up and the images are already sized properly. So I would take that and I would turn it into something a little more useful for that motion icon background that I showed you. So let me go ahead and I'm going to turn this off. Hide that. So I turned it into this. Basically, all I did was I took away the grid element, the white lines, and I reduced the size of all those images down to, it was something like 30% or 25% or whatever I wanted to do. So I have a grid element, and it's simply rows of graphics. So what I did was I turned it into like graphic 1, graphic 2, and let me show you what that would look like not in the 3D space. So I'm going to select that, and you can see over here on the right I actually have it set up in the quick properties panel to easily change all the graphic 1 elements at once and then all the graphic 2 elements at once. So let me show you how I would change that. So I have a couple of icons here that I'm going to drag over, make those changes. And you could just as easily choose the same graphic for all of them. I just have it set up to where you can have a varied element of 2 graphics. So anyway, it could be your logo, whatever other tiny little graphic that you want to be displayed as a background. So this is how it would look like not in the 3D space. Let's take a look at what this would look like with the 3D element, and I'm going to show you something. I'll show you how I turn this into the next thing that we're going to look at. Notice that right now on the visual properties tab up here, there's no rotation or anything like that. Everything is pretty much normal. The scale is 100%, opacity 100%. That's great. So let's go to the next phase of how I made that happen. I'm going to turn that off, turn that on. So let me select that, and we'll go back into the visual properties of this group, and notice what I did. I scaled it up 200% because I need it to be bigger. As a matter of fact, I'm going to scroll way out here so you can see the bounding box of everything. And I have the Z rotation property set to 22.5%. You don't have to be that exact, but this is what I set it at. And the Y rotation property is 35 degrees, and the X rotation property is minus 37.8. So it could all be somewhere around 35, 30 degrees, and then now you've got your 3D tilted element. And let's go ahead and show you what happens here. So as you can see, I have a custom animation set on it. Basically takes me from left to right. One important thing is that I added the custom animation by using my Shift A key, and then I made sure that the easing, I right-clicked on the animation, went to enable easing, and I selected linear, so it just moves easily from left to right. So you can see on the left at the beginning of the animation, it's way over here. You can see it's way over here. So I went to the end, the animation, and then I had moved it over. So you can basically see how it moves in a very 3D-ish way across the screen. Very easy. And really that's all there is to it. So once you've done that, you've changed the icons, you've changed the elements that are in the graphic space, then you put up a few rotation settings, rotation properties, change the Z rotation property, the Y rotation property, and the X rotation property until you get this tilted looking 3D kind of effect. And then once you do that, you simply render the video out, and then you can pull it in and use it as a background to your text elements, such as what I'm showing you here in my intro video. It just adds a nice little element in the background so there's not so much white space. Enough to be interesting, but not enough to be a diversion visually. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.